Hi everybody, I'm here with part 2 of my card collection. These are all of my cards from Ellusionist, Theory 11, DanAndDave's, and my Wynn cards, Wynn Casino cards. So I'm going to start right over here. These are the smoke decks and the mirror decks from DanAndDave.com. These are printed on Aristocrat cardstock, and they're also specially designed by Dan and Dave. They're pretty good. I like the stock, and these cards, when you open them, they don't feel rough like around the edges like the bicycle cards do. So I recommend that you pick up a couple packs of these if you can find them. I think right now the only place to get them is on Dan and Dave's website and maybe eBay. Those might be the only two places. But if you find them, I'd pick up a couple decks. They're really nice. The back design is a little off-putting to me, but the card stock is really good. Right here is the Centurion decks. These are from Theory11.com. These are the black Centurions, the original Centurions. Next to them are some Bicycle Guardians here, and also there are, some Black Tiger decks from Ellusionist are also in this box. These are really nice cards. They fan great. These used to be my favorite black-faced cards until the Shadow Masters came out. Let's see what else is in. I think that's all that's in this box. There's a deck of the brown Wynn Casino cards in this box also. More about those later though. Up here, these are just some bricks of the Bicycle Guardians that I got when Theory 11 had them on sale. Come here next. This is another mixed brick. It has some Bicycle Ghost decks and some Tally-Ho Circleback Vipers. These are really nice. The Bicycle Ghosts are really nice also. They fare very well for me. There's a rider back in there. The Tally-Ho Circlebacks Vipers. We have Shadow Master deck, a couple of the, we have the red vintage 1800 deck, the blue vintage 1800 deck. These are okay, but I probably will not buy any more of these vintage 1800. These use regular air cushion finish, unlike the other Ellusionist cards which use their own special UV 500 airflow finish. These do not fan very well. They are nice cardstock. The faces look good. They're very detailed, but really the finish on them doesn't really work too well. Shadow Masters, these are some of my favorite black-faced cards. These are really great. They fan very well. They faro very well. The only problem with farrowing with these and other black decks is that the edges start getting a little ruined. It might be just my faros, but I've heard from other folks that use black decks that they experience similar issues. So you might want to watch out for that in the event that you go and buy these cards. Get them back in the box here and we'll move along. These are just some bricks of the vintage 1800 decks. Once I use these, that will probably be all that I get for these. Up here is some bricks of the blue Bicycle Masters from Ellusionist. These are really nice cards, but I don't really think they're that much nicer than the regular bicycle cards that you can pick up two for $3.50 at Walmart. So if you find these Masters cards, the thing I really like about them is that the edges are smooth when you take them out of the box for the first time, and they also have a really cool ace of spades. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Right here is a brick of the Black Ghost decks, 2nd edition. These are really nice on the faces. I think I might have a review for these that I haven't posted yet. I'll have to check. Can't remember if I did one or not, but these are really nice. These are also one of my favorite black face decks next to the Shadow Masters. Since I like the Shadow Masters so much, I went ahead and picked up 2 more bricks of those for future use. And so that's my Ellusionist Theory 11 collection. Moving on to my collection of Wynn Casino decks. This is a box of, we have a couple of brown Wynn decks in here. These are nice. I'm not too crazy about the jumbo index on these, but I really do like the stock, the finish. They really stick together very well for flourishing. The rest of this box is the regular standard index, violet and cinnamon color decks. Here's a violet and one of the red, also known as cinnamon decks. These are really nice. Right up here, this is just another box of the standard index, red and blue or violet, cinnamon, whatever you like to call them. Same things as the ones I just showed. And this box is the same decks, same casino decks from the Wynn Casino, but these are actually the Jumbo Index Tech Art. So these match the brown Wynn Casino cards here. There's the red and the violet here. And I also, since the Wynn Casino decks are supposedly fairly rare, or even if they're not that rare, the fact it exists that they're not made anymore, so I really wanted to make sure that I stocked up on them. So I've got some more over here stacked up. These are the red and the blue, or the violet, crimson, whatever you want to call them. Let's see, on the boxes they call them violet and red, so I guess that's what I should be calling them as well. But these are bricks of the red, bricks of the violet, and these are my brown decks here. So these I really want to stock up on, because while I don't like the jumbo index, the way they look, I really like the finish and the cards themselves. They have great card stock. I like the back design, and they're just really great cards if you can get past the jumbo index. The cards themselves fan well, but the faces in a fan do not really look that great because the pips are so big that you can't really see them, at least in the fans that I do. I'm not a very good fanner, so that might be part of the issue, but nonetheless it's really hard to see the pips. So that concludes part 2 of my collection. Part 3 will be coming up, and will be on the cards that I have, that I carry in my case, and will also be the cards that I consider the best of my collection, the rarest cards, and my favorite private stock. So stay tuned for part 3, and we'll see you next time.